What, Lucy? You're getting stronger, girl. Why are you mashing up there?
Boy, aloo. That's what they call it. The Indian word aloo. That is Irish potato. We know it from little. But aloo, when you're making it in Indian stuff, you say aloo.
Aloo, boy.
You ever hear the joke about the fella went in the grocery, mother tell him to buy 5 pounds of aloo. And when he come back, he say, "There no aloo." So she said, "How you make no aloo?" When she go on in the shop, she pick up her aloo and thing, and she say, telling the man, the shopkeeper, "I send my son for aloo and you say there no aloo and you have aloo?" He say, "Well, I know that's potato."
Look at that whole stage joke, bro.
Anyway, when I was a child, my mother used to make this thing you call aloo puri. Right? But she didn't make it too often. She used to make it in the Christmas season. I don't think it was Christmas Day, but it would be like Boxing Day or any time day, because I remember Christmas Day was always ham and roast pork and thing, you know. But I remember the aloo puri was always a hit, whichever day it was, Boxing Day or New Year's Day or what, you know. Anyway, it turned out that I never tried making it because as a child, I knew that she used aloo and shadow benny and garlic and salt and pepper, but I never tried it. But what I find strange, Lancy, even a friend telling me, who's watched me, she said, "But since when you are Indian chef?" I said, "Girl, I don't know kind of chef, you know."
No, at all.
I don't know, but somehow in my old age, I find myself making Indian stuff.
I'm telling you, boy.
So I don't know, like that genes in me now surfacing more than it was in the beginning.
Definitely. But tell me about your father. Your father from St. Vincent. Okay, fine. But how much roti you ever eat in St. Vincent in your figure?
In St. Vincent, I had roti.
You didn't have any time?
No roti. In Trinidad, they don't know about roti. The Indians in St. Vincent don't know about roti. So this is my dough.
You mean you could make a definite statement like that?
Yeah, it's true. Anyway, I am going to add to this potato that I have already crushed some cayenne pepper.
Right.
And some salt.
Good girl.
And meanwhile, I have my curry cooking there, you know. I have my curry cooking there. I boil the potato with some salt already, but I'm just adding for some more flavor because you want it to be really tasty, you know.
Yeah. So why not what you say?
I have some curry chicken curry cooking away there, and I'm going to add some pigeon peas.
Right.
So the menu really is aloo puri and curry pigeon peas or chicken.
But aloo puri have about 3 names. Aloo puri,
Aloo puri,
aloo roti,
aloo paratha,
and aloo
and
roti.
aloo roti. But I always, as a child, remember the name as aloo puri.
Your mother was a real hard-working woman, Louis.
Oh yeah, boy.
I find Indian food is take a lot of.
But she didn't cook Indian food too much, you know.
Okay.
But that used to be a special for the holiday season.
For the holiday season.
Yeah.
So I get in here a little pre-Christmas thing.
Pre-Christmas stuff, yeah. So in here, I have shadow benny and garlic grounded.
Right.
So I am going to add this now to nicely season this up.
And your mother used to share a lot of. I remember a fellow called Franklin Baptiste. No relative of mine.
No.
But I understand why that when he came to Icacus,
yes, boy, I remember that story so well.
Tell me about that.
Franklin never forgot the kindness of my mother. Yeah? It was Christmas morning, and as a tradition, we always got Loulou and snakes and ladder. And my father loved just love to play Ludo. But once you see you winning him and you kicking him out, he upset, eh?
Yeah.
But he kicking you out left, right, and center. He running behind you, he running in front of you, anywhere he could catch you. And so we have, after nice homemade bread, cooking those long time, often. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Man, we have nice homemade bread Christmas morning, ham that boil in the petrol tin. Oh, Christmas was special. That was the time that it was just so festive and good, you know.
So where Franklin coming to this now?
So after we were playing Ludo, while we were playing Ludo, Mama see this young man passing to go in the shop. Of course, Christmas morning, shop closed.
Mm-hmm.
Poor Franklin went to see if he could buy a bread and cheese for breakfast, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So my mother see him going to the shop, and she know the shop closed, but he knew down there, you know, must he now come from Port of Spain to eat Carcass, eh? Life must was real hard in Port of Spain, so come down Carcass to see if he could make a hurry fish tide and thing, you know.
Yeah.
And in those days, the men who own the men who own this tastes so good. You know that taste one?
I want you to stay with the story, Louis. Stay with the story.
Well, just taste that.
If I taste, I will taste that, darling. You know what I'm doing right now? I'm holding on to this iPad. I'll let this go. Like, I know your story,
Okay.
you know.
So anyway,
Thank you, Joanne. Thanks very much.
Yeah. So I'll turn off the stove so that I wouldn't burn anything. You know, like I like to burn things these days. I can't burn roti, so I have to behave myself.
Right. Eh?
So,
Let me see
we started now with the process.
Uh-huh.
I had already knead this flour, 3 pounds of flour,
Uh-huh.
and baking powder and salt. And so now you're just going to open this up, and you're going to put like a tablespoon in here. No, it is a serving spoon, bigger than a tablespoon. And you.
That looks good, boy. So that's serving one person?
Well, yes. One a man.
One a man, boy.
Well, it look like you're getting 2 and 3 because the amount I make here. Like you're getting this for breakfast too, and see why. Right?
You could tell me about Franklin while you're doing that?
Sure.
So she saw him going to the shop.
So she saw him going to the shop, so she called him, she said, young man, come. So when he came, she said, we'd like to have some breakfast. Well, as he would say, but he was so hungry. This was like a heaven opened the doors for him, you know.
Yes.
And she gave that boy breakfast. Then he stayed there, he come and started to play Ludo with us. We never know it. Started to play Ludo with us. And then she said, well, you will stay for lunch now.
Mm-hmm.
And he stayed for lunch. He stayed playing with us, Ludo, snakes and ladder, checkers, all these little board games, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Luckily they had reached Carcass. And well, Franklin stayed, and when he was leaving, Mama packed a bread for him, she cut up ham, she gave him cake, ginger beer, so that at least next day he could have his own little, you know,
Yes, ma'am.
something to eat for Boxing Day.
Yeah, I was thinking, at least I never met my mother-in-law, neither my father-in-law. But from the stories I've heard, you were blessed to have good parents, Louise.
Oh yes, they were very, very, my mother was a very simple woman, and she was a kind, loving person, but she was a hard-working woman. Anytime I'm asked about my mother, I always think of, what is that? I always think of how hard-working she was, having 10 children, and tea, breakfast, and dinner. And you know, in them days, they didn't have no Kentucky to say, well, you're going to buy Kentucky today, you know.
Not at all.
It's fresh food every day, 3 times a day. She cooking, you know.
Fish too, eh?
Yeah, we eat a lot of fish in the carcass. And she used to make nice homemade bread. Tantan taught her, you know. Tantan was the main person in our life. We grew up knowing Tantan, little African lady. And she loved us and she was loyal to us. She cooked for us when we were going to school, and we'll go by her for lunch. So
Tantan is the equivalent of Ermin to Lennon, you know.
yes, of course. And you just have to show them love and appreciation, eh? Yeah, Tantan. If you have visitors and Tantan perceive she in the back burner, she upset, you know.
Yes.
You know, she feel that you're your friend, you're not taking her on. So you always have to remember and have to reassure Tantan that you're there for her now. Don't mind you have your friends, you know. There's room in the heart for many in Olansi.
Room in the heart, man.
You know, but a lot of people sometimes feel a possession, you know. You are mine and I am yours, and you limit your space.
That's right.
But we grew up to understand that we were a big family, 10 children, you had to share your parents. So there was never nothing about, you know, being jealous or feeling that my father loved you more and my mother loved you more and you was the blue-eyed baby and I'm the black sheep. And no, we didn't know about those things at all. We just knew that we are brothers and sisters and you are loved. And I think generally our family, that's how there's room in the heart for everyone.
Yeah. All your brothers and sisters, they all have the same generous capacity, yeah?
Yeah, and you know, my friend is your friend and your friend is my friend, that way. If you carry home a friend to the carcass, your family just accept them because that's my sister friend. So you are automatically now a member of the family.
Imagine that.
And that's how we knew life, you know. And that's why, for me, over the years, it has always been a passion to, even in the working world, that kind of camaraderie will exist. But you know, as years go on, and I mean, I worked in MP for 40 years, so I have seen different generation of people come and go. You know, you had those when I went to NP. Well, I was a teenager, and then you had people in their 40s, people in their 50s, you know, people in their 30s, so that you could relate at all levels.
Very good. All round development.
Yeah. But as time went on and I grew, maybe like in my 40s, and younger people coming into the company, you see that people different, boy. But don't talk, by the time I was ready to leave, in my 50s, and you had people coming in their 20s, you felt like you were 2 generations.
Time to run.
Time to run home, brother. Because the young people is a different.
Yeah. But you know, it has been suggested that we learn to adapt to changing times, eh?
Oh yes, otherwise they'll be left behind.
Because
but the young people really not as family oriented.
You would say that, you put your head on the block for that.
Yes, I think Not that they don't love their family or they don't care, Lancy.
Yeah.
But it's a matter of from the time a child reached 9 years old. Think about it. From 9 years old, you start to prepare for C exam. Home lesson, extra lessons. By the time that child write common entrance, the child already have to operate as an adult age. Then they go to secondary school. Peer pressure out there. Different thinking of children. We grew up, as I say, in the carcass. You thought everybody was one. Boys and girls you thought was one. There were no real differences in people. You didn't know you were different, you were mixed, and you were African or you were Indian. They didn't have that. Everybody was one family. Everybody went to school bare feet for a while. And when everybody could have afforded sneakers, everybody washikong, everybody was on the same level. So there was never no segregation. Middle class, upper class, lower class, no class. No, it didn't have that.
Everybody in one class.
Everybody is one classy people.
Well,
one classy people we all were.
yeah, special.
And I am very glad about that, because I think that initial foundation where you could relate to whether is a gardener. When I came into town and I was exposed to working with foreigners, I was never afraid to talk.
I don't think Trinidadians on the whole really are afraid of, we kind of really exposed to the world.
Yeah.
Whereas the world may not be exposed to all these different countries outside of America, England,
Yeah.
but we certainly are an exposed people.
Yeah.
And therefore we know how to relate, we know how to, stand our ground.
That's right. So you really and truly have no problem to relate, because there is no fear.
No fear.
There is no fear. Yeah. So after Franklin left the carcass, and years after I got married and came into town, we just bounced up with Franklin again.
Yeah, Franklin worked with me on the truck too,
Yeah.
He was
and
a big help.
Whenever he speak to my mother, I was to put Jira, but I forgot.
You forgot? What do you mean, in the roti here?
Yeah. So yes, Lance.
You can't open it out and put it in?
No.
You can't do that? Not even a sprinter?
No, because I already did all before I found the Jira there. Put it right
I
where
saw
can
the
see
thing
it.
there and I said, boy, I wonder what this is, boy.
Put it right where I can see it, and did not.
Well, boy, when you're talking plenty, you can't see much, eh?
So yes, Lancy.
Yeah.
So now I am going to. I know it's past lunchtime and you have not eaten yet.
That's all right, man.
So I am going to hustle this food.
No, don't worry,
I
don't.
wouldn't worry to make out all, but so
Those spoilers on my account, I could wait.
No, what I mean is, by the time I do 2 of the roti, I will
How about the pigeon peas? You need to open that?
yeah, but I have to
Don't worry, it's your show, darling.
yeah.
You're the expert, I'm just the cameraman.
So yeah, man.
That smells good, Lou.
Very good.
And they didn't even have everything in it yet, eh?
You mean curry?
Yeah.
But you already have all the curry and your Roman.
And then when the pigeon peas go in. So you're putting in green pigeon peas or dry pigeon peas? What is it?
Green pigeon peas.
Ah, okay.
Okay, so now, ladies and gentlemen, the grand finale.
Uh-huh.
I am supposed to roll out these things,
Oh boy.
and I'm not really a first class roti maker,
Yeah, don't worry. People could understand that.
but I'm hoping that I can roll it out round under the map of Trinidad.
Right. One thing, Louise, once you're doing it and you're happy doing it, perfection is, let's say perfection is in the eating.
Yeah.
Perfection is in the eating, in the taste, right? Don't fret. If after 51 years you can roll out a roti, well, I ain't expecting it in my 52nd year. Yeah, man.
Now you see the technicality that you don't want it to burst, you know?
Yeah, you fix up, man.
So I might have rolled out a little too hard.
Yeah, why not use some Evo stick on it? Yeah, Louis?
Yeah.
Oh, Evo stick, boy. Bring it. Don't mind that, guy.
Okay, so we're gonna just grease here.
One thing I could say about you, you're well adventurous, eh? You're not daunted in any respect as regards cooking and doing something, eh? And that's a general attitude, I think, throughout life, eh?
Yes.
Even when you had to travel, I mean, I must concede that while men do not purely care to travel, you made all the arrangements to travel, meet the friends, the itinerary was ready, packed.
Hey, Lancy.
Yeah.
I would like to give Jocelyn Ash. Jocelyn Ash was one of my co-workers. She's died a couple of years now. But Jocelyn Ash, she would have been older than I was at the time. I would have been just maybe about 20. And Jocelyn Ash could have been like maybe 27. And Jocelyn, we were married and maybe had Lisa and Liba.
Right.
And we wanted to go to Tobago for the Easter weekend. And Tobago for Easter was always 40 years ago. 45 years ago, it was the place that every Trinidadian took their family. Because in those days, people weren't flying out to Florida. People were not flying out like to Florida and New York and other places like that. Especially when you have a family, you know. So Tobago, the other islands were much more expensive. So most people went to Tobago. So I am waiting on you. I am waiting on you to, go to get the tickets for us to go to Tobago.
You need to raise your volume a bit, Louis.
Yeah. To go get the tickets for Tobago. Now, the port is just across the road from Guardian Life Building.
Right.
And you are way down to the express.
Right.
But I am waiting on you, the husband,
the
head of the home.
The head of the home.
To go get those tickets. And there is going.
Nothing
You're
happening.
Too busy. You didn't get a chance. You had to take care of Lisa, drop her to the babysitter, cook lunch, and go out for 2 o'clock.
Thank you for telling people that, girl. I cook lunch for a whole year, Mind baby for a whole year. Come home, make breakfast.
He was always a good man. He was always a good man.
Okay.
When I saw a good thing, I grasp it.
Yes, of course.
So, anyway, so I am telling Jocelyn that I want to go to Tobago for holidays for the Easter weekend, and I'm waiting on Lance to get the tickets. And Jocelyn was an unmarried woman, but she was very, very businesslike, and her father ran a school, shorthand and typing school, and she used to teach in the school too.
Oh, is that right?
So she was very mature.
Yeah.
Not married, very mature. She said to me, young lady, let me tell you something. You marry Lance, but it had nothing about man work and woman work, you know. This is for your husband to do and this is for a wife to do. She said, you all are a couple now. You go and you get your tickets right now. I am going to make a phone call to the docks. I have a good friend working there.
Mr. Lewis.
Mr. Lewis.
I remember.
He's dead now, good old soul.
Yeah.
She said, 6 tickets, give me all the names of the children. No, 6 tickets was in the end. 4 tickets, 2 children, you and I. She called Mr. Lewis. I just walk across Independence Square over to the docks.
Right.
Not even 10 minutes. Tickets in my hand. I pay Mr. Lewis. Thank you very much. And Jocelyn said to me, she said, don't wait on your husband to do everything. And I tell you the truth, that was the modus operandi. Did I say that word correct?
Go ahead.
Modus operandi.
No, don't get tired. Don't get tired. Let's go ahead.
Whereby every holiday was planned by moi.
By moi, yeah.
Because men generally, I don't think men like traveling too much, you know. And if their wife waited on them to make a plan, then you have a surprise coming for you because they'd rather not go anywhere. Not that they don't want to spend the money, you know. But because they really and truly like the idea of being in their own home.
Yeah.
So all our vacations were really, really planned. And you know, I got in touch with friends, I checked out hotels in case that we had to stay in hotel and planned family trips. And you supported me.
Yeah, carry all the bags, you know.
Carry all the bags and you made up all the your work, my work, and as we got to the airport.
Yes.
And you had to carry all the bags, you had to make up all those forms, batch your forms, claim your bags when you reach where you're going. Now the holiday starts for me.
Right.
But my advice to young couples, if you're waiting on your husband to plan a vacation and you have not gone yet, it is not too late to start to talk about a vacation. I know that with COVID and so, people have been locked down and for a few years nothing was able to be done. But come 20 to 23, certainly plan a vacation. Don't wait on hubby. He will use his credit card to pay the bill. But get it going.
Very
Get
true.
everything rolling. What do you have to say to that, Lance?
I say yes,
Now
man.
look at that.
Wow. Yes, man.
What do you think about that for first time?
I think it's a boss thing you bring in there, man.
That is,
So now you're gonna put some more chicken. We're gonna put the peas in.
yep.
So
that you can start to eat, Lancey.
Yes.
So what? So yeah, man. So what do you think about?
Yeah, I agree. Men kind of slow in wanting to leave their comfort zone.
Their comfort zone.
You know what I mean? And to travel and they think of all the harassment that might involve immigration,
You think it is
travel.
funny? You think really and truly you think about the money, Lancey? I know you didn't think about the
I didn't think about the money because you had all in your purse. Every cent I went into your purse, so I mean I can't be worried about the money. But you know, you always think about I had this to do in the house, and I had this to do in the yard, and I had this to do in the car, and I got a couple of things done to do with some relatives, and therefore I don't know if you create scenarios to stump you. But you know, I enjoyed all the trips we went on. Really, we had great friends to visit, great sights to view, that kind of thing, you know.
Yeah.
That was wonderful.
But you know, back to the Tobago trip. That first time we went, you remember that the name of that vessel?
The Bird of Paradise
The
girl.
Bird of Paradise. tell them some of the stories.
And that Buddha Paradise was something else. It's a far cry from the APT James, you know.
A far cry, boy.
It's this big vessel and it had an open front. And when the bow dipped, so the spray coming right in. And we had benches all across I don't even think you could call that the economy class. But those benches were soaked. The children were soaked. We were soaked.
To me, is that correct? In my imagination, as though the waves used to be breaking and falling into the vessel.
Well, he probably was seeing the spray.
Oh.
Maybe the spray.
And you know, well, boy, when you see Trinidadians will make fun, pleasure, everything, eh? Everybody eating and drinking and thing, eh?
Yeah, man.
When you see that boat hit the boat, so
yes.
It's vomit everywhere, you know.
Oh my!
Don't
talk about that over my food.
Not this nice food coming up here.
No. Change the subject. So what, you're planning to do it all before we eat?
No.
Ah, yes, boy. Aloo puri. Aloo puri, boy.
How it looking, Nancy?
It's looking kind of sumptuous, boy. Yummy, as the people say. You know, another topic that you've been talking and I've been listening.
Right. You talk now.
And you know, one of the things about conversation, somebody has to talk and somebody has to listen.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe that the art of conversation is that, you know, sometimes somebody calls, right? For instance, a phone call comes through. When the person calls, it's because the person wants to talk to you. But usually we on the receiving end, we might just, you know, get cracking and start asking questions. What's going on? It's like the fellow who called. And he say, you know, this person died. And the other person at the other end said, so wait a minute, he died? When he died? How he died? The police were wrong? Was it a crash? And then at the end of it, they say, wait a minute, who died again? Because listening is something that we have to learn to develop. Rennie and Tony, we have to learn to listen when we are talking.
Yes, of course.
Somebody has to listen.
Well, I am doing right now.
Yeah, you're listening. I'm happy about that. Oh gosh! It's like little Suri yesterday. Suri started to sing a little Lasana and Mel's little girl. She started singing a Christmas song, and I jumped into the tune, and I started to sing, and I realized eventually that hey, I was drowning out this little girl, but she did wisely. She touched me on my hand and she said, "You stop, you stop." You stop, let me sing now. Again, you know what I mean? The listening, knowing how to go along. You make me, you stop me in my tracks, man.
You listen now.
I'm listening to my stomach here right now. Okay, Louise, I want you to sample that there, and I'm going to shut this down because I can't eat and hold this thing.
Okay.
So you stand up right in front of me here and let me see your face when you put that aloo puri and curry chicken with green peas in your mouth. Right?
Here, Nancy.
Uh-huh.
This is for you, my darling.
Wow, look at that.
Okay.
But I want you to have a piece first.
No, I want to put...
No.
Let me just put this piece in your mouth.
Oh, geez, that ages. Boy, I'm so glad your mother used to cook this way, father.
But you how come I never asked me? How come I never do this before? But as I tell you, you know the Indian now coming out?
Louise, this is delicious.
Is it? First time eating that?
I can't say it's the first time, but...
You had an Indian girlfriend?
I had another Indian girlfriend, yes, but I don't think she could have cooked, really.
What every Indian girl could cook, man?
No. She was a student nurse, man. She was only thinking about medicine. And that's way back in England, Louise. Don't dig up my past.
All right.
You hear me? Come, put a piece of that in your mouth, Louise, and let's clinch this little video. Show me how to scoop up some of that curry there.
And yeah, man.
You know, Mr. Bat will enjoy this.
The aloo went right through to the ends and everything, eh?
Yeah, good.
So that was
easy picking. Go slowly. Let me see you now. Mr. Bat will have been proud of you.